It's gonna be a while until I can actually get to that skin, but boy, don't I like me some black and cyan. Welcome back, Gorgosaurus. I'm on one of my favorite community servers, trying out some mods. I was just going to play as my Ophis named Laggy, but I saw that they added Deinosuchus, which is one of my favorite dinosaurs. So, I am Deinosuchus. Because I like me my crocodiles and alligators. As a former Floridian. So yeah, big crocodile. Me like crocodile. Me look at stats real quick, see what abilities I can do later down the line. A bone snap. Ooh, that's good. Metabolism. I can only eat fish. Can I eat people? Can eat fish in me. Okay, that's good, good, good. Back limb. Tail swipe. That's decent. Okay. So pretty standard fare stuff. I don't think he's gonna. I mean, the back limb. 1 something. I think it's really. Sure, Gorga. What do you want to let me know? Can I zoom this out? Fuck. What's the? That's the button. Nope. That's as far as I can go. Nope. Okay. I have to pull up what you said on my cellular device because it cut out the message for me on PlayStation. Nope, gotta mute that. I get the agent provide this. Yes. In this game in particular, just because they literally added a Daspletosaurus to be their own Tyrannosaurus Rex, and then the first dinosaur they added with their stretch goals um, was the Tyrannosaurus, because there was like a thing where it's like, give us like a certain amount of money and whatever dinosaur you want gets put in the game. First one was Tyrannosaurus Rex. Is this a bracket? I want them to add more sauropods into this game. It goes down to the issue of everybody wants to be a predator and nobody wants to be prey. There's what the fuck is it called? A Margosaurus. But that's it. They're going to be adding I forget what it's called, but I looked it up, and and I shit you not, it's literally like the missing link between sauropods and stegosaurids. So it's like a longed neck stego. It has Kentro features because it has like spikes on the side and it goes from back plates to spikes. But it's like taller, it has longer limbs, and it has a longer neck. But it's a stegosaurid. I want them to add sauropods, but nobody wants to be the slow thing when you can be a fast predator, because when everybody's a predator and they see a little sauropod trying to run away at 2 miles an hour, that's free food. So what's the point? But it would be cool if they like before I saw that they added Deinosuchus, I was actually debating on playing Argentinosaurus because it's a big bastard. And that would be fun, but this is one of my faves. Look, it even makes the noises. It makes me happy. It's another, other than this being the only one that I can actually play because I'm on PlayStation, so I can't play the Isle, is, it's very open to the modding community. Episode, I don't know that one. I need to look that up. I hope I'm not getting, like, Ligmud right now. Apatosaurus. Images. Oh, look at that thing. Yeah, like me some theropods. I need water. Water would be just cash money right now. I wonder if yeah, I'm definitely gonna be a fuck ton slower when I'm more grown. Give me a false sense of security. I need that water. And then I need to... might head down to that swamp, see if I can get some fish. Or I might go west to the... but that's the grief zone, so like that's where like PvP happens, so... it's risky. I'm zooming, I'm zipping. Oh god. Oh god. Alright. Okay, I did a few calls. Have you heard, yeah, I've heard of Roblox. I don't have a PC, so I can't play it. Be nice to me. Oh, Jesus. That's scary. Imagine that thing that big, just being hidden. God, that's fucking scary. Come here, fish. I need food. Fuck. Did I catch it? No. God damn it. I need food. Come back, fish. Oh, there's. Oh, Jesus. There's a Spino in here now. If you could live as one herbivore, what would it be? I mean, in terms of the game or IRL, because I'd probably be like an Argentina or something like that. Like something so large that nothing could fuck with me. Like, to be so massive and imposing that not even like an apex would like try to touch you. Because if it messes up and it gets in your way and like you step on it, it's done. And if it doesn't outright just straight up die off the rip, then it's just going to like suffer for the rest of its being until it dies because it can't fend for itself. So probably some enormous sauropod. Favorite movie franchise? Um, my tastes vary a lot. Probably like Lord of the Rings, maybe, but it's either Lord of the Rings or Star Wars, one or the other. I like a grand scope of media, so it's difficult to just be like pinpoint something down into something I could watch over and over again. Probably like in terms of like a franchise, probably Star Wars for just everything that they've put out. I'm not a huge fan of the movies that they've been making because Disney doesn't know what the fuck they're doing right now. But the shows that they're doing, like The Mandalorian, is like one of the best Star Wars things that I've seen. Boba Fett could have been better. Obi-Wan was pretty decent. Andor is okay so far. But I'll probably say Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. I like a lot of genres. Yeah. Oh, my fucking eyes glow. It's scary. Oh God, I love Godzilla. It's been so long since I've seen the originals, but I was literally like, I wouldn't say born and raised on it, but one of my earliest memories that I have is watching Godzilla with my aunt, like the OG shit, like old school like 60s and 50s stuff. Like one of my earliest memories is watching Godzilla versus Monster Zero. Was it? No, it was Ghidorah the three-headed monster. Monster Zero's after that. It was like Godzilla, Mothra, and Rodan teaming up against Ghidorah is what they called him in that time, and they switched it to Ghidorah. And I want to say it's called the Heisei era. Excuse me, sir. I just want to get to that water. Well, it looks like I'm not getting to that wall from up here, so I just need to... What do I need to do? I need to find food, and I need to find it now. And I'm too small to kill anything, so I need to actually go back to that water. Sure, hit me with a bear attack tip. I think my favorite Godzilla movie, though, going back to that conversation, is I really like all of them, but I want to say Shin Godzilla is my favorite now. I love that it went back to like the original roots and purpose of Godzilla while having like its own twist in it. I thought it was a really really cool movie. I'm upset that Showa era is Showa era like the earlier stuff, or is that like the 90s, or is that Heisei? I forget the terms. It's been so long since I've like done research on like the terminology and stuff. Out of everything, I want to say like my favorite like run of movies would be the 90s Godzilla and shit, whatever time, whatever phrase that's called, if it's Heisei or Showa or whatever. But yeah, I liked and appreciated that. If I'm correct, it was 2001. No, Monsters All Out Attack was the it was in Giant Monsters All Out Attack was the late 90s, early 2000s. I think it was in the 2000s. It was when they made Godzilla the villain, and he was like a hack and slash villain. He killed Baragon, and then not Rodan, Mothra and King Ghidorah teamed up to kill him, and at the end of it, like Godzilla like explodes, but then his heart's beating at the bottom of the ocean. That's Monsters All Out Attack, if memory serves. Because I think the movie's literally called like Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack. I think I could be wrong on that one. I would have to look it up. Because yeah, one of my earliest memories in Godzilla versus Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, was it was the scene when Godzilla is like standing out of the water and he's watching just like a freaking JPEG fly across the screen, and it's supposed to be like the silhouette of Rodan. I remember that, and he's just like looking at it, being like, "What the fuck is that?" And I'm hoping because they canceled the Shin Godzilla sequel, which upset me very, very greatly, because it had such a cliffhanger at the end of Shin Godzilla. I want them to like not necessarily a series of movies, like they can just make them just, I just want more like Toa or Toei, whatever they are. I forget the name. I think it's Toa. Them to make Godzilla again. Because the legendary ones are alright. I really liked Godzilla versus Kong because it did harken back to a lot of... It did like a lot of callbacks to the original movie while adding a bunch of other stuff and shit. But like at the end of the day, like with the legendary Godzillas, there's no really like message or anything like that. Like the first Godzilla movie was bad because in a movie called Godzilla there was only like seven minutes of Godzilla on screen, and then they made up for that in King of the Monsters, where they had just because like the dude that directed the movie was like a hardcore Godzilla fan, so he knew what he was doing. It's just the plot therein was shit. Like all the human characters were boring and shit. But at the end of the day, you want to see the giant monsters fight, and that's about it. But the creativity that Toa did with like Shin Godzilla and shit like that shit's like commendable, and I want them to do more of that. I just don't know what they would do, considering they canceled the Shin Godzilla sequel. I haven't seen. I got so bored watching the Planet Godzilla because they just. It's just a bunch of fucking anime bullshit where it's just like, blah, 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 and it's like I don't fucking care about your space plot bullshit with the humans. I want to see Godzilla. And then I haven't seen the newer one that they did where I heard they just remade Shin Godzilla. But yeah, less anime, more live action, please. It would look goofy. I'd also like the dude to be in the suit again instead of CGI. Because with Shin Godzilla, it was an amazing movie, but it was the first time Toa did Godzilla completely CG, and that upset me slightly because I've always been a fan of the Suitmation, as it's called, where they just have a dude in a suit having fun. I need to get to the beach so that I can go into the water and hopefully find food in the water because baby hungry. I was thinking of fucking how goofy Godzilla became toward the later half of like the 60s and shit like that when they were trying to gear Godzilla more towards children and shit. So they had like Godzilla versus Megalon where he's like fucking sliding on his tail, and fucking Godzilla versus Hedorah where he's flying through the air, and it's just like Jesus. I don't want them to go back to that where it's like geared towards children, but you never know. Children are marketable. Look at Fortnite. It was 2 Argents. 3. How about that? 4. All right, more people are entering in. Looks like the frickin' Loch Ness monster out there. Is that a corpse? Is that food? Food. Why did they add those crystals? I don't recall that ever being in this game. Oh god, they're stomping on that fucking Deinosuchus. Might be cannibalism, but... Oh, that looks terrible. Oh, that's horrible. But, yeah, no, I gotta eat. I don't care what I eat. What is that, a Dilophosaurus? I'm gonna deliver a trophy and get a huge growth buff. I'm gonna thank him. Oh, I'm feeling a little bit of lag because of the amount of people in this area in particular. Look at them all. They're so loud. Now, the modding community in this game is very committed, and it makes me very happy because, I forget where I was going with this. The Isle is a really good game, and if it was on console, which I guarantee they're going to be making it on console because the Path of Titans and the Isle devs are very, very petty to one another. Um, the fact that this game has like 100% backed mod support where you upload the mod and then they'll actually update it to like their platforms and shit. I think that is really, really cool. And am I sinking? Feels like I'm sinking. I am sinking. Um No, because like there's like just one group of people that are like, let's add dragons and shit into this game, and they have a model for like this big fuck you dragon, like a wyvern, and I think they're waiting until they add like pterosaurs and Azdarchids and stuff like that, like the flying mechanics to this game, until they add that. But just the fact that I can hop on like a server like this and there's like people that are committed to the game where they're like, I want to add this dinosaur and this dinosaur to the game. Like, to be fair, a lot of the dinos that they're adding are from the Isle, but they're like homemade assets and homemade calls and stuff like that to avoid copyright and stuff like that. But it's really cool because I like Dilophosaurus, and they added that to the game as a mod, and it's free. And a lot of the mods that are being made now, and for mod support on console, that's fucking crazy. And I like it. I don't think I've actually been over here before, so this is a new trip for me. Yeah, a lot of... Like, I think Bethesda was the first gaming company to actually have mod support on consoles. So for, like, an indie dev to actually be able to do it, it's really cool. I'm hoping that more mods are added to the game. I'm hoping that more features are added to the game, like the game, not in terms of mods. Um, I hope this game thrives because I like the developers. I hope they succeed. I'm hungry. That's my stomach growling IRL right now. If you heard that, it's embarrassing. Enter. A solid 9 minutes of growth off of that tooth. Cool, cool. Okay, while I'm here, let me look at some of these abilities. Gonna buy this bone snap. Oh, do I not have enough money? I don't. I need to earn money. Okay. Spent all that money on a skin. Need to do some quests. Like this map in particular, even though it's a modded map, when they add like the fully aquatic dinos and the flying dinos, I know they're reptiles, but bear with me. Um, no, it's gonna be really cool because it'll just be like two condensed ecosystems. Well, in this, because like I don't think the water dinos will be able to shape like the ground level like geopolitical landscape of the dinosaurs. They'll only have to deal with their own domain. But dinosaurs gotta cross them waters. I was thinking it'd be cool if like when they added the Mosasaurid, the Thylosaur, whatever I think it's called the Thylosaurus. Um, if they added like a beach mechanic where like it could lunge itself onto the shore to grab something and then like drag it into the water, kind of like the ending of like Jurassic World. I think because it's going to be difficult for water purely aquatic based dinos to get substantial amount of food other than just eating each other. But they only plan on adding 3 water dinos. One thing is like an ichthyosaur, one's like a plesiosaur, and one's like a mosasaur. And that's it. So unless you're eating a bunch of those big ass fish, I don't think you're gonna be getting a lot of food. Especially like the mosasaurid, where fucking like the Rex in this game, it has to kill players or else it can't feed itself. It has that big of a gut. So I can only imagine that a Mosasaurid would need either equal to or greater than that much food to survive. So it's gotta get its food somehow. I like that cyan's coming in. Ah, it's gorgeous, baby, gorgeous, darling. Feeling a touch of lag here. What time is it? I am starving. My dinner's going to be ready in about half an hour or so. So I'm just gonna vibe as a crocodile going across this gorgeous fan-made map. There's a... What is that? Is that a Noviana? See a big lanky tail? No, that's a sauropod of some sort. I believe that's a younger Argentina. Is it younger or is it just forced perspective? That thing looks huge. Yeah, I can't kill that. There's so many Argents on tonight. Damn. Look at that. I think he sees me. He's looking right at me. They said that they're working on it's in the demo right now, but the demo's only exclusive to the fucking Xbox and PCs, so Switch players and mobile and PlayStation's out of luck for the demo because they're showing off the new map. I think it's called like Gondwa because it's based off of the old continent Gondwa. Where it's like mostly aquatic. It's kind of like this map where it's like has a lot of oceans and a lot of stuff like that. So that map, I figured when that map is going to be like released, like out of the demo, I think they're going to, because in my opinion they have to, because not a whole lot of things are good in the water at all, except for like, yeah, literally 4 dinos in the game right now. There's Suchomimus, Sarcosuchus, Spinosaurus, Dinocaris. Those are your 4 dinosaurs that are good on water. In water. Let's be more specific. So, I think it would... What is that? I think it would make more sense for them to add a water-based dino or a flyer with the release of that game. Because it would encourage people to try it. because imagine being a Rex trying. Because I mean, like IRL. Excuse me. We have evidence that they were good swimmers. In the game, they're not at all. So why would you play on a map with no mobility? So I think it would make more sense if they were to add one or the other. I'd prefer the flyer because with the flyer, you could play that on any map. I've already. This is weird. I wonder if this is a glitch or working as intended. For as I'm just going forward, it's making me sink. But no, the flyers can be played anywhere. I've already talked with like friends that I play Path of Titans with that like when they add flyers, it's game over. I'm just gonna be flying around. Oh Jesus! Why did I get all those messages all at once? What the flip is that? And it's all previous messages. Doesn't say I have any messages. Yep, just a glitch. Oh, they added more home caves to this map. That's what that is. Interesting. That's really cool. Well, because of that, I think I'm actually going to hop off early because my dinner is going to be ready soon.